This is Karen.
Hello, everybody. I am Shane.
Today we're looking at part 1 of what's in a skyscraper. And the vocabulary words are skyscraper.
Skyscraper.
Taipei 101 is one of the world's tallest skyscrapers.
Proof.
Proof.
In his book, the author offers little proof to support his claim.
Densely.
Densely.
The plant features densely arranged flowers along each of its thin branches.
Canyon.
Canyon.
From high above, the river at the bottom of the canyon looked like a length of blue string.
Competition.
Competition.
The school held a singing competition that was open to all students. So we're talking about beautiful skyscrapers, right?
I don't know. Are they all beautiful?
Well, I would say they're all pretty cool and really, powerful looking, and it's like it makes a city look very nice.
Yeah, I mean, some people have complained
Right?
that having so many tall buildings can block out the sun and maybe make a city feel a little bit cold. But I think these days they try to design skyscrapers in areas where they're not going to block too much light. I think cities pay attention to that. Because the reason we have skyscrapers is because in a city, there might not be a lot of space.
That's right.
So you can only build up because there's not enough space to build along the side, right?
So we've had skyscrapers for a long time, right? But how about back in the days when people didn't have elevators?
Oh, yeah. So before elevators, I think 1857? Is that what they said?
Oh, you're good.
Hey! So you could only build 20 stories high because
right.
you would have to walk up the stairs.
That's too tiring. I can't do that.
Can you believe that? But after the invention of the elevator, basically the only thing that could stop a building's height would just be the materials that we use.
That's right.
Because if the materials are wrong, it will just fall over if there's an earthquake.
And sometimes it would make the city look really beautiful at night.
Oh, yeah, that's true, too. All right, let's learn some more about skyscrapers.
Skyscraper.
All right, let's go.
Ding.
What's in a skyscraper? Throughout human history, we have always reached for the sky. For proof, one only needs to look at our buildings. Today's modern skyscrapers, while a symbol of power and wealth, also provide much-needed room for living and working in densely packed cities. In a crowded place, after all, there's nowhere to go but up. And as new designs and materials come into play, future skyscrapers just might help tackle a big problem that is facing society at present.
Hello everyone. Today's lesson is called What's in a Skyscraper? Part 1. Hello everyone. My name is Jeff.
My name is Mike. What's in a skyscraper? Buildings, desks, computers, people, offices.
You're being a little bit too
carpets. Probably.
You're being too
elevators.
You're being too
secretaries.
You're being way too literal. Okay, here we've got a saying. Usually people say, "Oh, what's in a name?" When they're saying something like that, they're trying to say, what does this mean? What's in a skyscraper, okay?
What are skyscrapers all about?
What is it? What's in a skyscraper? Tell us what a skyscraper is. What does this word mean? What is a skyscraper? Not what is inside a skyscraper.
It's a big building.
Anyways, here we do have the first vocabulary word of the day, the word skyscraper. It's a noun. A skyscraper is a very tall and generally very narrow building, like Taipei 101, the Empire State Building in New York City. The list goes on and on. For instance, Taipei 101 is one of the world's tallest skyscrapers. It used to be the tallest. It isn't the tallest anymore, but it's still pretty good. Anyways, throughout human history, we have always reached for the sky. No, we're not putting our hands in the sky, but we're trying to fly and build bigger and taller things. That's just human nature.
That's true until people started to build skyscrapers. The Egyptian pyramids, I think, were some of the tallest buildings in the world, but they were thousands of years old. So yes, we've always reached for the sky. For proof, one only needs to look at our buildings. If you want us to prove that we've been reaching for the sky, that people like to build things that are really big and tall that go up, look at our buildings. This is proof. This is how you prove that humans like to build big stuff. Proof is evidence of something. This is a noun, and we use proof to show that something is true. If you're looking for facts, if you're looking for something that makes what you're saying seem to be truth, seem to be fact, seem to be something you can believe, proof is what you will use. We often use this word in talking about police investigations when they're looking for hairs or fingerprints or things like that. That would be proof that a person did a crime. You can't argue with it because it's a fact, it's a physical thing that shows something is true. For example, in his book, the author offers little proof to support his claim. He has no facts. He has no evidence. He's just saying, believe me, but without proof, can you really believe him?
No, if you're going to make a claim or say something, you have to back that up with information, facts, and proof. Anyways, more on skyscrapers. They're so tall they even scrape the sky. Anyways, today's modern skyscrapers, while a symbol of power and wealth, also provide much needed room for living and working in densely packed cities. There you go. Think of Manhattan Island. Other than Central Park, they've pretty much covered that entire building with roads and buildings and stuff like that. Once you've done that, where do you build? You build up. You build tall buildings like skyscrapers. Anyways, before we move on, let's talk about the adverb densely. Okay? When we're talking about something that is dense, that's the adjective, we're saying that there's a whole lot of stuff in a small place, okay? There's a saying, or there's a joke actually, I should say, what's heavier, a pound of lead or a pound of feathers? And some people say, the pound of lead. Well, the answer is they're both a pound, but that lead is much more dense than those feathers are. Yeah, dense is the adjective, densely is the adverb. For example, the plant features densely arranged flowers along each of its thin branches. So for every branch, there's probably a whole lot of flowers there on that particular plant.
Oh, they're all packed in together in a very small space. And of course, yes, cities have people packed in together. We can't really go down with our buildings. We can't go out with our buildings, so we go up with our buildings. That's why skyscrapers are useful in a crowded place. After all, there's nowhere to go but up. And as new designs and materials come into play, future skyscrapers just might help tackle a big problem that is facing society at present. Skyscrapers have been around for about 100 years. They're going to be around a lot longer because there's more and more people densely packed in. But the skyscrapers of the future will be very different from the ones we know today.
But still awesome.
But still awesome. We'll find out more after the break.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。这2天的课文是关于摩天大楼。纵观人类历史，我们一直都在往天空发展。那要证据的话，只要看我们建筑物就知道了。从埃及金字塔到现代摩天大楼，人类似乎都在与天争高。那在密集拥挤的城市里面，摩天大楼就为人们提供了生活和工作的空间。Mike 老师刚刚说到 Egyptian 这个字是形容埃及的，也可以当名词来指埃及人。还有用到 pyramid 则是指金字塔或者是三角锥体。好，那我们来看3个单字 skyscraper 它表示摩天大楼。这个单字里面的 scrape S-C-R-A-P-E 这个字当动词，它有刮或是削去的意思。那因为摩天大楼非常高，它的顶端就像会刮到、摩擦到天空一样。同学们可以用这种方式记下来。好，下一个单字 proof proof 它表示证据或是证明，它是不可数名词。Mike 老师提到，警方在调查案件的时候呢，会找指纹或是找其他证据。这时候老师用到 investigation， 就表示调查、侦查。investigation 它是拼作investigation。好，还有用到 fingerprint。fingerprint 就表示指纹。好，再来看下一个单字 densely。densely 它是副词，表示稠密地、密集地。它的形容词就是去掉 ly 变成 dense。dense 是形容浓密的，也可以形容密度大的。好，那在拥挤的城市里面，人们迫切需要空间，只能往上发展。课文就写到说，毕竟在拥挤的地方，除了往上，没有其他地方可以发展。那这边有2个重点，第一个副词片语After all， 它表示毕竟，用来说明理由或者提出解释，像是 I'm not going to see the movie. After all, I don't like sci-fi movies. 我没有要去看那部电影，毕竟我不喜欢科幻片。好，第2个重点，否定词 nowhere 没有地方 ，no one 没有人 ，nothing 没有事情等等，这些字呢跟 but 连用的时候是用来强调除了什么什么之外没有别的什么，或者是只能怎么样怎么样，像是 He has no one to blame but himself。他除了自己之外没有别人可以责怪。那这句的意思就是说他只能怪自己喽。接回课文中。
What's in a skyscraper? Buildings over 20 stories tall didn't become commonplace until the invention of a safe passenger elevator in 1857. Once people no longer had to worry about taking the stairs, skyscrapers could be built as high as materials allowed. At first, typical materials were stone and iron, but light, cheap steel was later used, which made construction easier.
Folks, the name of the game right now, the name of the game is Skyscrapers, really tall buildings. Now let's go ahead and read some more about skyscrapers. Buildings over 20 stories tall didn't become commonplace until the invention of a safe passenger elevator in 1857. Yeah, if you didn't have elevators, you just couldn't have skyscrapers. It wouldn't make sense. How can you walk up and down 20 flights of stairs every day? That wouldn't work. Further, not only do you need to have an elevator, you need to have a safe one. And apparently safe passenger elevators didn't really exist until about 1857.
That's true, because climbing stairs all day long is no fun. But it says once people no longer had to worry about taking the stairs, skyscrapers could be built as high as materials allowed. These safe elevators allowed buildings to be tall, and the only thing that stopped them from going way up high was basically the materials, what you're making the building out of. Now, at first, we learn typical materials were stone and iron. They've been building things with stone and iron for hundreds of years, but light, cheap steel was later used, which made construction easier. Steel and iron are similar, but steel is lighter, cheaper, lasts longer, and is easier to use to build, so that made them even taller.
And is stronger. It's a win-win situation. If you have a bunch of iron and stone, those materials built up upon one another, on top of one another, becomes extremely heavy. So steel kind of saved the day and made modern skyscraper construction possible. Anyways, folks, with that, it's time for us to take a break. But don't go away. We'll be right back after this.
好，那人们是从什么时候开始盖摩天大楼的呢？课文提到说，超过20层楼高的大楼是直到1857年发明的安全的乘客电梯才开始普及。文中用到 didn't become commonplace until 什么什么来表达直到什么什么才开始普及。那这边我们就来学习 not 什么什么 until 什么什么的用法。Until 它可以当介系词，后面就是接名词，也可以当连接词，后面就是接子句。那么 until 它表示直到什么什么，或是直到什么为止，而 not 什么什么 until 什么什么，则是表达直到什么什么才开始。那我们来看2个例句。They didn't leave until noon， 直到中午12点他们才离开。那这时候 until 是当介系词。They didn't leave until the rain stopped， 直到雨停他们才离开。那这时候 until 是当连接词。好，那有了安全的乘客电梯，人们就不需要担心爬楼梯的问题嘛，只要建材许可就可以盖高楼。那一开始人们就是用石头和铁，后来则是用重量轻又便宜的钢。Charles 老师提到说，钢这种建材啊，又轻又坚固，可以说是双赢局面，化解了麻烦。老师用到 win-win 是形容双赢的，双方都获利的。A win-win situation 就表示双赢局面。老师还用到 save the day， 表示说阻止不好的事情发生，而让这个结局圆满，拯救了那一天，它就有这种化解麻烦、化解危机、挽救局面的意思。解华课文中。
What's in a skyscraper? As skyscrapers grew more popular, the look of many cities began changing. In New York City, downtown streets became canyons, with buildings blocking out the sun. This became such a problem that a law was passed to change the shape of the buildings and let sunlight through. Before long, cities became locked in a competition for the tallest building in the world, a title that the Empire State Building in New York held for around 40 years.
Okay, folks, more on skyscrapers. As skyscrapers grew more popular, the look of many cities began changing. Think of Manhattan Island. All of a sudden, this little island became very, very big vertically.
That's right. For those of you who don't know, Manhattan Island is that big part of New York City that we think of, where the Twin Towers were, where the Statue of Liberty is nearby, Empire State Building, Central Park. That's what we think of as New York City, but yeah, that main downtown area is Manhattan Island. And let's go there. It says, in New York City, downtown streets became canyons, with buildings blocking out the sun. So before skyscrapers, most buildings would have been 7, 10, 15 stories high or 15 floors high. But suddenly there are these skyscrapers, so it turned the streets, the downtown streets of Manhattan, New York, into canyons with these buildings blocking out the sun. A canyon is something we find out in nature. It's something in the geography of the earth. Basically, it's a deep, narrow valley. Okay, a valley might be an area of the land that goes down, but it's kind of like a wide V shape. A canyon would be actually more like a V shape. And then if you think of Tailuga, Toroko, that would be a gorge. It goes almost straight up and down. But canyons and gorges will be quite narrow, and of course at the bottom of the canyon, the sun only goes overhead for a few hours or a few minutes every day, so they're quite dark, they're in shadow because the land blocks out the sun. In the same way, these skyscrapers in New York blocked out the sun, so the streets were dark and cool and, windy because the wind blows down them. Not a very pleasant place to be. But a canyon in nature might be a little bit different. It's not part of a big city. We have this example sentence. From high above, the river at the bottom of the canyon looked like a length of blue string, because canyons can be quite deep.
More on this phenomenon of cities becoming canyon-like. This became such a problem that a law was passed to change the shape of the buildings and let sunlight through. So there you go, let the sunlight through. Don't make the city a real dark and depressing place. Anyways, before long, cities became locked in a competition for the tallest building in the world, a title that the Empire State Building in New York held for around 40 years. Yet people started building left and right in New York, Chicago, all over the place, and they wanted to be the ones there that built the biggest skyscraper. So here, there was a competition, a contest. People wanted to see who could build the biggest, best skyscraper. For example, the school held a singing competition that was open to all students. Let's figure out who the best singer is by having a competition. All right, folks, with that, it's time for us to take a break, but don't go away. We'll have more on skyscrapers next time.
随着摩天大楼越来越受欢迎，许多城市的外观开始改变了。像纽约市中心的街道就变得像峡谷一样，建筑物挡住了阳光，这变成一个非常严重的问题。那么后来城市之间还陷入那种争夺世界第一高楼的竞赛。我们先来看单字 canyon。Canyon 表示峡谷或者是像峡谷的事物。Mike 老师提到太鲁阁峡谷，这时候太鲁阁峡谷的这个峡谷，我们则是用 gorge 表达 G-O-R-G-E。好，再来看 competition。Competition 表示竞争或是竞赛。另外，老师们刚刚提到说，纽约曼哈顿这个岛呢，因为有许多摩天大楼，以垂直来看，这座岛相当宏伟。那 vertical 是形容垂直的。Jeff 老师说的 vertically，V-E-R-T-I-C-A-L-L-Y 是表达垂直地，是当副词用。好，最后来看一个文法重点。课文写到 ，This became such a problem that 这变成一个非常严重的问题，以至于好，用到的句型是 such 什么什么加上 that 子句。such 什么什么加上 that 子句表示如此怎么样，以至于怎么样，或者是非常怎么样，结果怎么样。such 之后是要接名词，那我们就来看它的句型是 such 加上 a 或 an 加形容词加单数可数名词加 that 子句，或者是 such 加形容词加复数可数名词或不可数名词再加 that 子句。那我们就来造两个例句。It was such a funny video that we watched it again. 那个影片非常好笑，结果我们又重看了一遍。The man made such rude comments that she could barely keep her temper. 那名男子的评论非常无理，以至于他几乎按耐不住脾气了。好，那么以上这些讲解，同学们别走开，马上回来哦。
Hello, everybody！ 欢迎来到异文咬字大解析。
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Confusing Words. I'm Shane.
This is Holly. All right, so let's get it out. 今天呢，主题是能力。OK， 有差别哦，怎么用呢？哪几个字
We have 3 confusing words today. Ability,
？Ability,
capability,
capability,
and capacity.
capacity.
Let's begin with ability. So ability can be 能力 right? Or 才能。
所以它就是你可能做到的一个才能，或是你有体力或有什么智力可以做什么事情。
Yeah, and you can have a little ability or a lot of ability. So I have a lot of ability to
Be stupid.
I don't like that example. But yes. So, example sentence. With practice, you can strengthen your abilities.
练习的话，你就可以增强你的能力。
Right? So they can go from having a little ability to a lot of ability. So, capability is, it's like you can or you can't.
所以它比较像是你能不能不行或行这样子。
Yeah, so you could say we must consider the capabilities of our enemy before the attack.
我们在攻击前呢，我们必须要考量敌方的能力。
Yeah, see what they can do or what they can't do. Right? The last one, capacity.
Capacity 就是生产的能力，可以到达什么量，或是它可以装下多少的量。
Right. So, for example, you could say the fire in the toy factory cut its capacity to produce toys in half.
OK， 所以这一个生产玩具的工厂呢，发生火灾之后，就让玩具的生产量减半。
Right. So it's like the amount they can produce.
对。
Right. Okay, a little bit confusing, right?
A little.
So I think if we do some live action, your ability is just going to grow.
Yeah.
And grow and grow.
So you want to go grow now?
Yeah, let's grow together.
Grow. Are we still going hiking this weekend?
Yes. Do you have the capability to do some rock climbing?
I do have the capability to do some rock climbing, as long as it's not too difficult.
So your ability is a bit limited. Do you think your ability is good enough to climb large rocks using ropes?
I'm not sure my ability is that good.
No problem. We'll pick an easy route. So we'll pick you up tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. there will be 5 other people besides you.
Will there be enough room to fit me in the car?
Yes, don't worry. The car has the capacity to fit 6 people and all our backpacks and stuff.